Today I want to talk about the tree pose, fundamental pose, which will help with balance, which will help with, again, the core strength. It'll help open up the hip flexors, and because it accesses the root chakra, the muladhara, it will help alleviate feelings of anxiety. It'll calm the mind. Now, some of you may know that the root chakra deals with our basic needs, feeling of security and feeling that our basic needs are met. And when that chakra is closed, then we can have feelings that our needs aren't met, and that can lead to anxiety. So believe it or not, this simple tree pose will help calm the mind, get rid of the anxiety, and make you feel like things are okay. All my basic needs are met. If you're a beginner, and it's easier for you to put your foot on your calf, that's just as effective. You want to avoid putting any pressure on the knee because that's a vulnerable joint. You don't want to put pressure on it, or you can put it on your thigh. Excuse me. A couple things you want to be aware of, which is not to have that hip collapse and go out. Something to keep in mind is that it is called the tree pose, and let's imagine that your own personal trunk is like the trunk of the tree, and that your leg is strong and your foot is rooted into the ground, creating roots that will help give you balance and security. You want to be lifting up as if you're growing towards the sky, and you want to be anchoring through your foot as if you are going deeper into Mother Earth. Keep your attention on this upward motion and this downward pull. Some people teach the tree pose as if you need to strengthen the core of your thigh and your groin and tighten the muscle around the bone. I'm just offering a different perspective that might help some of you find balance. Imagine you're lifting your core up and you're anchoring down through your foot. Put your attention there. This will help you from collapsing, help give you balance. Remember, trees sway. Something else to help you focus is where you put your gaze, as in Sanskrit, dristi, it's called, dristi. And a good place to start to keep your gaze is out in front of you, the height that you are high. So I'm 6 feet tall. Imagine a line 6 feet in front of me. That's where I would put my gaze. That's where I would hold my dristi. If your eyes are wandering around, that is going to make you lose your balance. Find one focal point to keep your eyes on. All right. People that have a difficult time with this pose and they're just learning to keep their balance, they try very hard and they will tighten everything. And when they tighten everything, they start to constrict, and they constrict, and then that knee moves forward, and then what happens? Timber, they fall. So to avoid that from happening, imagine that you are creating a pyramid, a triangle, a very solid structure with your knee pointing out. Can you see that triangle there? You want to keep that solid structure. Remember, birds have to spread their wings to fly. That will help immensely with balance, whether your knee is on your thigh or your calf, to have that pyramid shape. And let's go over that feeling of lifting up so you don't collapse in your hip, and that you're grounding your roots into the earth through your foot. That gives you an elongated spine, which is also correct posture. You want to have your eye focused on one focal point, your dristi, hopefully the same height as you are if you were to lay down. And you can imagine that your torso is your trunk. which is very solid. It's supporting you. Your mind will become calm. Feelings of anxiety will disperse and diminish. And when you feel ready, bring your branches up. Reach towards the sky. And remember, it's just as important to get out of your pose as gracefully as you get into it. Namaste.